Please stop blowing 2-goal leads to the Blue Jackets. Now, I don't want to alarm anyone. Is your debris making too much noise all the time?
I haven't really prepared for this.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. The Blackhawks, after a long 3-day layoff, have just completed their 20th game of this season, the big 2-0. And they come back in style, getting a overtime shootout victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Final score 6-5. This was already the 5th matchup between these two teams this season. The only other Central Division team we've played more than 3 times is the Detroit Red Wings, who we've played 4 times and also beaten 4 times, but I digress about that. I realized during this game that I am just sick and tired of playing against the Columbus Blue Jackets. The fact that we've played them for a quarter of our games so far this season, combined with the fact that they're a John Tortorella coach team, that style of play, like that combination, I just can't handle right now at this level. Like, I'm overdosing on it and not in a good way. I am going to be so happy when this team is out of our division. When this season is done and they move back to the Eastern Conference, I am going to be celebrating because I can't handle it right now. And I know they were in the Central Division for the first 13 years of their existence. I understand that. I know what it's like to be in their division. But those days were also different. Those weren't John Tortorella days. It's pre-John Tortorella days. Ever since we won the Stanley Cup in 2013, they noped out of here. They went to the Eastern Conference. They said, we can't handle the Central Division Thunderdome. And now they have the audacity to come back. There's no return policy. No, get out of here. When this pandemic's done, get out of here. We're being nice now, but get out of here. You're overstaying your welcome. Naturally, we get to play them again tomorrow, so huzzah. But let's not think about that game right now. Let's stay in the present. Let's talk about tonight. Blackhawks playing for the first time in what seems to be forever. 3 off days prior to this game, thanks to a postponement of Saturday night's game against Carolina. That game was officially moved to May 6th, which means we have 3 straight games against Carolina right near the end of the season. In fact, 3 out of our last 5 games of the season are going to be against the Hurricanes in Carolina. If we are in a position that late in the season to be battling for a playoff spot, which would be exceeding expectations grandly, but if we are in that position, that is going to be a test. That is going to be a final exam if I ever saw one. But that's still a ways away. Let's stay in the moment. Let's talk about this game. We had some good news and some bad news coming into this game. Bad news first, obviously, Lucas Carlsson out with an injury, so he is out of the lineup. And Dylan Strome being put on concussion protocol, which would explain his recent performances. He hasn't quite looked like himself, and he said initially there were no concussion symptoms. He said he got hit a couple games ago, but symptoms kind of started manifesting over the days. And, well, good on him for kind of speaking up and saying, he's not really feeling himself. Hopefully he recovers speedily. I don't even know if that's a word, but as fast as possible, and as safe as possible, obviously, because it's certainly not great having your top 3 centermen out right now, Taves, Doc, and Strome. Definitely hope he gets back sooner rather than later. Hopefully it's not a serious concussion. Hopefully it's one of those more minor ones. But good news, Connor Murphy back in the lineup for the first time in 2-ish weeks, and he made his presence known in that first period. Certainly liked seeing him back in the lineup. Yes, we gave up 5 goals this game, but not because Murphy was back in the lineup. There's other reasons why that happened. I'm much more happy with him in the lineup on defense than him being out with injury, that's for sure. Speaking of the first period, great first period for the Blackhawks. They outshot Columbus 17-5 in that opening frame, and 2 of those 5 Columbus shots ended up coming in like the first 2 minutes of the game. So once the Blackhawks settled into that first period, they were on. The Hawks would open up to scoring 8 minutes into this game thanks to a power play goal. It wasn't the prettiest looking power play, that's for sure, but it was effective, got the job done. Patrick Kane with the puck just inside the left-hand dot, looking for a spot to pick. Picks a spot which just so happens to be Carl Soderberg's rib cage, and if I was Soderberg there, I would have been so pissed at Patrick Kane. Like, How are you hitting me right now? You are Patrick Kane, and if I wasn't here, that puck's going 2 feet wide of the net. Like, how are you hitting me? But I think Patrick Kane knew what he was doing. He was basically giving the puck to Soderberg. There was a lot of sticks on the ground, so he couldn't just make a straight pass. He had to put him right into the chest of Soderberg. Puck drops to Soderberg's feet. Soderberg hits it towards the net. Sprawling Korpisalo somehow can't save it. The puck's like just going at a snail's pace. Somehow crosses the line. And the puck's in the back of the net. Well, not even in the back of the net. It definitely didn't make the back of the net. But it's in. It crossed the line. It counts. Hawks up 1-0. Just about 2 minutes after that, Blackhawks forechecking. Blue Jackets trying to get the puck out of the zone. They pass it, but it hits Janmark right at the blue line. The puck ricochets back into the zone where it's just Blackhawks 2-0. Suter with the puck gives it to Patrick Kane, who beats Korpisalo to make it 2-0 Hawks. But surely that's not going to count, right? That's going to be called no goal. That was clearly offside. Nope. The replay is shown, and it is clear the puck never exited the zone. It hits Janmark right on the blue line and stays in, clearly still onside. And so the Hawks are officially up 2-0 halfway through this first period. Imagine if this play would have been ruled offside. This goal, this opportunity, just wasted. Oh, how much that would have sucked. And I guarantee you there's been situations like that in the past where a play has been deemed offside, but in reality you look at the replay and it should have been still onside. I guarantee you that's happened in the past. But credit where credit's due, the refs let it play on, because to me, I thought it was offside in real time. And it might have looked that way to the refs too, but it was close enough. If they didn't know, maybe they did know, but if they didn't or weren't sure, they let it go. They let it play on because you can always take the goal off. You can't add one back on, right? So credit where credit's due. We complain about the refs all the time. Mistakes are always amplified, and you may say, well, this is their job to get calls right. Well, it's Patrick Kane's job to score goals and get assists, but we still praise him. So credit where credit's due. The refs get it right, allow play to go on, and the Hawks are up 2-0. Unfortunately, about a minute and a half after that, the Blackhawks catch a bit of a bad break, some bad puck luck. Puck just bounces right over Mitchell's stick in the neutral zone, and Cam Atkinson has a breakaway, and he puts it by Lankinen. And so this game is now 2-1, and that's how it would go into the second period. Now, I don't know what Tortorella said at intermission, but it seemed to work. Columbus came out hot in that second period. Had a number of good looks early. Lankinen made some good saves, but Blue Jackets would get a power play not even a minute in, and they would score right away. Patrick Laine just rips home a one-timer past Lankinen. And even though the Blackhawks are up like 17-7 in shots, the game is tied 2-2 early in the second. Thankfully, the Hawks would get their feet back under them and start pushing back, and about 8 minutes into the second period, they'd regain the lead. Patrick Kane picks up the puck behind the net, throws it in front where Brandon Hagel is, and with a sprawling Korpisalo, he puts the puck into the back of the net for his first career NHL goal. Oh, it's about time he gets it. He's been working really hard. He's deserved a couple already, but good to see him finally get one into the back of the net. Hopefully, when it rains, it pours with this kid. But for now, Blackhawks up 3-2. Unfortunately, the lead would not last long. Blackhawks were a bit naughty in that second period. They had 3 penalties in that middle frame. About a minute after taking the lead, Blue Jackets go on the power play, and, well, you guessed it, Patrick Laine rips one home, snipes it by Lankinen, and this game is once again tied up. With just about 5 minutes left to go in that middle frame, the Blackhawks would once again retake the lead thanks to an offensive zone draw win. They run a set play where Dominik Kubalik takes a shot, one-timer, basically right from the blue line, a ways out. But thankfully, the Blackhawks have traffic in front, a nice little double screen by Janmark and Soderberg. Korpisalo really never sees this puck, and it finds the back of the net, and the Hawks are up 4-3 heading into the third period. Early in the third period, the Blackhawks would go on the power play, and then thanks to Savard tripping Patrick Kane on said power play, the Hawks would have a 5-on-3 advantage, and they would take advantage of said advantage. Adam Boquist with the shot, top cheese, first goal of the year. He had some really good looks in this game. Good to see one finally go in for him this year. And the Blackhawks are up 5-3, 2-goal lead once again for the Blue Jackets. Could they hold on to it? That is the question we all want to have answered. And, well, we should have known that that answer is, of course not. Exactly halfway through the third period, the Blue Jackets would score another power play goal, their third of the game, this time from Bjorkstrand, who would then go on to score his second goal of the game with exactly 4 minutes left to go in the game to make this a 5-5 game. And quite frankly, I'm just happy the Hawks didn't give up another goal and, not even make it to overtime. So thankfully, they still get a point after blowing this 2-goal lead. So we head to the bonus hockey period. And boy, was that overtime period tough to watch. The Blue Jackets had the puck pretty much the entire time. They had 5 shots on goal to the Blackhawks' 1 shot. And quite frankly, I think 4 of those shots came right near the end of the overtime period and were all grade A chances, but somehow Lankinen made every single save. And so this game goes to the shootout. Kevin Lankinen makes 3 saves, DeBrincat makes 1 goal, and so that means the Hawks win in the skills competition. Blackhawks pick up the extra point and win this one 6-5. And the Hawks, after going 0-4 in their first 4 overtime games this season, overtime and shootout games, they've now won their last 5 games that have gone to extra innings. It's kind of nice. So now these two teams get to play once again for the 6th time this season. On Thursday night, it'll be the last game of the Blackhawks' little 6-game, now 5-game road trip due to the postponement of the Carolina game. I'm not looking forward to it, not gonna lie. Like I said, not really enjoying playing the Blue Jackets right now. But I'll tell you what, another 2 points would appease me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.